how can we make going into liquidation nice and easy and simple, instead of a long, drawn-out, torturous affair in terms of getting a company into liquidation? And the answer is this type of organisation. There are only certain things that you actually need in order to get a company into liquidation. I'll go through those in a second. But if the ducks are not neatly in a row, it can take weeks and weeks and weeks. If, on the other hand, we get everything organised, you can get a company into liquidation in literally 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, so what are you going to need? Bearing in mind that you've got to produce a statement of affairs, which is an up-to-date type of balance sheet of the company on a break-up basis, specific format. You've got to do a report to creditors that explains the statement of affairs. The insolvency firm, the liquidation firm, they will do all that for you. Bear in mind we're talking about an insolvent liquidation rather than a solvent liquidation here. But what you're going to need is you're going to need typically the last 3 sets of full accounts of the company. You're going to need the last 12 months bank statements. You just download them straight from the online banking facility, get in PDF or CSV form. You're going to need creditor statements that shows the amount that creditors are owed. So the amount that's owed to HMRC. What you can do is you can go to the HMRC dashboard, get the outstanding balance and breakdown of it from the dashboard for corporation tax. If you register for VAT and PAYE, do the same. Just get that information. If you've got any other suppliers owed money, get their invoices or statement together to show what they're owed. The other thing that you're going to need to do typically is to have a look at your director's loan account and get that information. Typically you'll get it from the accountant or you get it from the accounting software that you use, whether it's Xero, Free Agent, Sage, whatever. You will also need tax references, and such as your PAYE reference, VAT reference, corporation tax reference. And so if you've got employees, it gets a little bit more complicated, but obviously you're going to need the names and addresses of all creditors, all employees if you've got employees, and the amounts owing. If you can assemble that information, that will deal with the lion's share of anything. What tends to take time is if information is drip-fed towards the liquidation firm, as opposed to if it is simply collated in one hit in an organised manner. The other thing that you're also going to need is details of the assets, what they're recorded on the books, at the book value of the company, and what their market value is as at today's date, effectively. You're going to need to list them out. It's a good idea to list them in various categories. So a good idea will be to list them office equipment, computers, vehicles, buildings, book debts if you've got customers owing money, stock, and keep it all, and give the insolvency or liquidation firm the breakdowns from the accounting records of those figures. And then basically that's it. If you do that and you get all that together, 9 times out of 10, won't work every time, but 9 times out of 10, you will have a liquidation that's capable of being done within literally 3 to 4 weeks. If, on the other hand, the matter is much more disorganised and constantly having to go back and get information from finance companies, landlord, whatever it is, then it's going to stretch out over a longer period of time. better to make a determined effort to get it all done quickly in one hit, and bang, you can go into liquidation all that much more quickly. Questions, queries, concerns, give us a shout. We know insolvency inside out.